before I went live, the bird I was going to go live for, well, he's not gone. He's feeding on the other feeders. So I'll tell you the story, what was going on, because now you just see nothing but the hummingbirds. The sun now is coming through. It's been cloudy all day. This is Robbie from Southern California. That is a big reason why I have not gone live a lot on the hummingbirds here, because where they feed, it is so bright, the sun, because the sun is so low in the sky, though we're reversing now. So the sun's going to start going up. We're getting longer days. I'll be able to do more live feed from here. But being so low, it just causes a glare on the camera. And I think right now it looks pretty good. But, you know, we've got what? The sun's going to go down in about an hour, hour and a half. So the reason I was going to go live earlier, but I was working on a video. I've been working in the garden, just getting a bunch of stuff done. It was a very busy day yesterday. We had our Christmas party yesterday, and which was days before Christmas. So we kind of lost yesterday to get things done, which Gary's doing right now. We've got a Rufous. I'm going to use the word pied because I'm not sure what other color to call him. He's normal colored, except he doesn't have the flashy reddish orange throat. He's got a white throat. Now, it's one of the young ones that have been around here, and I've shown them with I call them white face hummingbirds. But now that a lot of these hummingbirds are going into breeding condition, I've noticed they're starting to get more color. You know, their age is right. So if he comes back, I will go live. I think he's back. You know what? Let me jump in here live for all of you. And let me see if I can change the settings, because I'm not even sure how to do this. So give me a moment. And there's supposed to be a way to go live. Oh, he's gone again. I want to show him live on camera because I find him fascinating, the colors. And he's been guarding everything all day. You know, I can do it from the computer, but I don't know. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. I might see something. I'm trying to see if I can go live. I don't know how long he's going to be able to make it because he just wears himself out. And that's what kind of bothers me. So I thought, I'm still looking to see if I can figure out how to change things. Got the mic. No, I guess they don't let you. There's no button to let me change it into live. All right, so let's leave it the way it is right now. Let me explain what's going on. So since early this morning, he's been sitting, and I'm waiting to see because he came back a minute ago. He's been sitting right there. And I don't know if my camera will be able, oh, he might be back. Sitting on top of there, guarding that feeder. Let's back up. Now that's normal. A lot of you have told me, hold on, let me fix my camera. A lot of you have told me, you know, you get a Rufous, or sometimes back east, you're getting the ruby-throateds. They come in and they're very aggressive. Well, you know, most of them here are not aggressive. They're actually quite passive to each other because they know there's enough food. There's feeders all over around here. But he's come from somewhere, and whatever reason, he's decided he's going to take over that feeder. So all day he was guarding the feeder. We're talking a good, let's see, 5, 6, 7 hours of guarding the feeder. And then his feeder ran out, and then we had to give him a new feeder. But they ran out because while he's chasing somebody, the other birds come in. So what they do generally is they will guard the feeder for a certain amount of hours. And as the sun is going down, then they kind of start to change because they're not guarding a feeder. In their mind, it's a flower. And they know that by sundown the next day, their flower could be gone. So they're going to have to find a new flower tomorrow. Now, is the new flower going to be the same feeder that he's been guarding? It could be. And that's why they will come back to your feeder and guard it the next day. Well, they'll test it and they'll go, oh, look, a new flower in the same spot. There's plenty of food here, and I'm going to guard it until it runs out. And of course, if the feeder's got food in it, they're going to guard it the whole time. But as the day goes on, a lot of you may notice, if you've got feeders out, that before the sun goes down, a lot of times more and more birds come in and feed, and then nobody's guarding anything anymore. So that has been what's going on. I'm looking to see, he has come, let me pick this up for a minute. Just before I went on, he was here. Nobody's here right now. And then he was over on this side. See, we've got plenty of food. But he just came by and decided he wanted that feeder right to, let me set it there, right to the right, because there's more feeders. See, we've got plenty of feeders even there. I have seen him even while I'm talking to you. He shows up, but he's not doing the typical guarding. I keep looking to see, there's somebody drinking here, but I don't know if it's him, because he could swap feeders at any time. You can't see him, he's behind there. Okay, just took off. The feeder he's been guarding is the one to the right. That's covered, and that has been the one he wanted. If he comes back another day, I will come on, and once the sun either lifts up in the sky or we get some cloudy days, I can come on, and it's much easier on the camera. A lot of you say, oh, it's glary, it's hard to see. Yeah, because all my feeders here, well, they're not in full sun, they're covered, but it's the glare, it's the way the sun has been coming. We've had an unusual winter. Well, you know what? Back up. Hold on. Let me back up. We went in the winter yesterday. So we haven't had an unusual winter, but we've had an unusual last part of the fall, because normally everybody comes over for Thanksgiving. They're so cold. We got to make sure the fireplace is on. Not this time. 80 degrees and you're practically in a bathing suit running around. I said practically. Even today, I would say we were about 70. So we've been quite warm. It's going to change because we are going into winter now. Usually December and January are our coldest months. So we've got all of January to see what's going to happen. As far as rain, here in Southern California, I heard yesterday that we have had no measurable rain since March. Gee, remember all the flooding and the hillsides over by the beach are coming down. They had so much rain. After all that rain passed, we got very little. Few times the past couple weeks, they said we were going to get rain, and we never got rain. So everybody had, different. So somebody might have a little bit of drizzle. Somebody may have a couple drops, and like us, really nothing. So we got really little rain, if any, and they call it non-measurable. I keep waiting to see if he's going to come back, but I thought it would be fun to come on, show you him, and see if my camera can pick him up, because live feed is so different than, of course, my Sony camera. I get it out there, I zoom in, I've got fabulous photos of him. He has no flashy neck. It's all white. You can see the feather markings where he's got a little bit of gray. He's not really missing orange. That's why I don't know what to call him. There's different terms for the coloring they may be missing, but he's not really missing coloring. He still is rust color. Here's a little Rufous. I don't know if I can pull my camera down and show you. No, he just left. He was right here because they're watching me. See, that's a Rufous. See how orange he is? Well, he doesn't have the orange necklace when he comes back. It's all white, and it's all white around the face. You've probably seen on some of my videos, I call them white-faced hummingbirds. Well, the males now are getting more white. That's what I'm finding fascinating. It's just a mutation. There's been a few of them around, and so some of the coloring is changing. See, these are both Rufous, and they have a lot of dark, and then they have the orange. He doesn't have the orange. He's only got white, and he's quite nasty. Now, has he been pushed around? The ugly duckling. Has he been pushed around as a baby, and now he's taking it out on the other birds? Zoe, nothing. Knock it off. Zoe's barking at everything. So I don't know what made him so, determined to watch a feeder to the point where he didn't want anybody on it. But if he doesn't come on in a few more minutes, I'm going to call it quits. And I will try again. I saw him, but he just has been speeding around. Zoe barks at everything lately. I think it all started when we had that earthquake not long ago, and I grabbed her. Now it's like, oh, I hear this. I see that. Oh, there's a healer in the yard. She's got a bark. Of course, that's Gary's. Do you think she knows him yet? No. It makes no sense. But anyway, she hears something. But yes, it's been cloudy all day, and now the sun came out. So it's kind of, even on the camera, I can see it. It's glary because the sun is straight ahead, even though it's dropped to the right in the sky. It's just, it's glary. I used to come on more in the winter, of course, and around Christmas time, because we had a lot of clouds. And when we have a lot of clouds, the coloring is beautiful with the camera. No, he is definitely not here. I wish he was. Here you can see some hummingbirds up here. Can you see them? No, I will do something on him at some point. When I do something on hummingbirds, I'll show the photos, because the photos are just gorgeous of him this morning I took. The coloring of him. But then that's an odd thing to say, because I'm saying he's gorgeous because he's different, is what it is. I don't know if you can, Zoe's out there barking. He doesn't have the coloring that actually makes him beautiful. He's lacking the coloring. It's kind of like, I remember years ago, I used to talk to a lot of people that raise Goulian finches. If any of you know what that is from Australia, they're so beautiful. In the wild, they've got the red head, some of them have black, and then they've got all the colors, the violet, the green, the blue, everything, just gorgeous. And then what do? They breed them to the point where they got either a dilute or they're white. And then they'll step back, some of these people I know, and say, aren't they beautiful? Look at them. And you step back and you look at a white bird and you think, you do know they were far more beautiful before you messed with them. The point is, the reason he's beautiful is because he stands out. Now, he is definitely not here. And even so, if he's been here all day from, let's say, 8 o'clock this morning until now, what is it, almost 4? He needs to go find some insects and stuff. And he's probably doing that, because normally these birds that you see here will go into the garden and they'll be picking on pollen and nectar and insects, and then they come here and feed. So if you've got pieds, we have had pieds before, you'll notice that they come in and feed, and I would see them disappear, and then you wouldn't see them for about, maybe 15, 20 minutes. If they find everything they need, they may not come back for hours. So that's the whole thing with them. So he may be out foraging for insects, because the insects is really what's going to give them the other things that they need, which is protein, calcium, and all that. So he could be doing that. But I was worried because the way he was, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit in case he shows up. The way he was protecting that feeder to the right, my thought was, if he doesn't stop and he's fighting everybody, and he kind of looked a little rough this afternoon, he's going to end up, disappearing in not a good way, because he'll just be worn out. And I wonder how many of them actually do that, the males especially. I'm hanging in there in hopes he's going to show up, but I don't see him. If he comes back, maybe tomorrow I'll see. I will go ahead and try again, because I think it's a fascinating bird to see, just because he's the only one out here like that. I know some of you have said back east you've seen white ones. We have not had any white ones. The only ones we get here periodically are pieds, but I'm hoping, giving it another minute. And if not, we'll try again another day. I didn't want to go totally live, because then everybody would have been asking, where is he? Where is he? So I'm kind of doing this half live, because I'm desperately looking to see where he is, but he is definitely not here. The other thing I've got to do is keep these feeders full. They're coming in really by the, it seems like hundreds, and in the evening they empty the feeders so quickly. Let's see if that's him by any chance. Hold on. Oh my goodness, come on, zoom in. I think that's him. Hold on, let me put the camera down. Okay, we got him. That is a Rufous. I'm pretty sure that's him. It's not focusing really well. And if you look, the neck goes all the way. Let me see if I can sit it down. The neck goes all the way around, and it's in white. Like I said, I got good photos, and I will post the good photos. But I do believe that is him. Why? Because that feeder doesn't have anybody else there except for that one. He doesn't get along with anybody at all. No, I can't zoom any more than that. All right, I do believe that's him, because he's a little bit of ways. If I get my other camera, I don't want to lose this. Hold on. Let me leave it on this for a minute. Let me get my camera that zooms in. And I will tell you if that was really him, because that's the only way I'm going to see him. But I do think from where I'm looking, that might be him. Now there's multiple ones, but he's the one, that's the male that's completely coloring in now. Okay, the other one's got to get out of the way. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's just one with a light throat. It's just a young bird. That was not him. So let's get back over here. I had to zoom in to see that. Like I said, I've been taking photographs all day. He actually did leave. I hope he's okay. If he's okay, he will definitely be back tomorrow, I'm sure. I don't think he's going to migrate anyplace else. They're not quite migrating yet because right now we're in winter. But as winter gets, we get more into winter, some of the birds that have gone down south will start to slowly work their way up so they can be here and, you know, for the spring. Because some of them are going to go all the way to Alaska. They're going to go all different places. But not yet. We've got to get through the heavy winter. We haven't had any heavy winter. I'm kind of looking with my camera to see if by any chance, I was looking for my camera to see if he's there. He's really easy to spot, so there shouldn't be a problem. No, a lot of young Rufous, but not him. He's definitely easy to spot when he comes in. No, actually the females have the light throat. That's what I'm looking at. And I don't see him. And this one is a male. He's just lacking the male coloring. Well, I'm hoping he comes back. We can try for another day. Definitely don't see him. Let me see if I can show you a photo of him because I've got some fabulous photos before we close out. Okay, here's a photo. I don't know if my camera will pick it up. Can you see that? There he is. That's him. Look at the throat. Zoe, no. Shh. Look at that. Okay, let me see if I got another one. Here, you want to go out? Go ahead. You can bark outside. Oh, when Zoe wants out, she wants out. Let me see if I've got any more. That's beautiful. Let's see. I don't know how well you can see this. Here's another. Oh, wait. Give me a minute. Because I'm trying to get rid of all the writing on the picture so you can see it. See, there's another one. See the throat? Isn't that gorgeous? Though, really, truthfully, they're true colorings. They're magnificent. Let's see if we can zoom that way. I think that's all I've got for right. Oh, you can see the throat on this one. Again, this is just my camera. See how white the throat is? He's got a complete white throat. Very much like a female, but no, I'll keep taking videos and pictures when he comes in, but that is him. You can't go too close or it won't focus. He's been sitting on the plants out there as well on top of that cover of the feeder. No, he's in the garden somewhere, I hope. I hope he's getting what he needs. This is one of my favorite pictures. Look at that. He's looking down at the feeder, watching the birds. See, you see little bits of splashes of orange, and he's got a little bit of white on top of the face, kind of like the other pictures I've shown you. But now that he's going through his color changes, this one, I'm trying to see if I've got the other one on here. Oh, here's one of him fluffing up his neck. Look at that. He was displaying for another little guy that was sitting there and he didn't want him on there. I'll get something together on him. But I tried. The problem is I was been working all day and I wanted to do this at the end of the day. Tons of pictures. No. I'll show you. This one's the last one because now I know I'm boring you all. Look at the throat. And a little bit on the cere on the top above his beak. But I really like the one where he's looking down and displaying his neck and it's just white. No, I saw him briefly when we first came on and then he zipped away. And like I said, he was right here in the window. All right, well, if I find him, let me shut my camera off. I'll come back and I'll mark it Mysterious Bird or Pied Hummingbird is back. And we'll try it again because I think it's cool to see them live. And we're going to let everybody feed. I'm going to go check all these feeders because I know a lot of them are going to have to be full. Because as you can see, the sun is dropping. And that's when they come in and they feed heavily. So 20 minutes of me talking and hoping he was going to come back and he didn't. I tried. I'm still looking to see if he's going to come. But I'm going to get out into the garden. I'm going to go make dinner. And if he comes back, He's not going to come back tonight. But if he comes back one day and he's hanging around, I'll go ahead and show you him. And so you can enjoy the hummingbirds. You don't need to see me. I keep looking to see me. He's going to, you know when he's going to come back? He's going to come back when I turn the camera off. And the camera didn't chase him away. I noticed he was less and less, and that's why I decided that maybe I better try to come in. But he was definitely sitting right here in the window just before I went on. But he's given up on his flower, and now he's probably out in the garden getting everything else he needs. So everybody have a wonderful day. Hopefully he'll come back maybe tomorrow or the next day. Look at that. Isn't this cool? This is beautiful. This is how I do my dishes. In the morning I get up. This is nothing. Right now the window's empty. And I'm not worried, oh, there's not that many birds. No, because I've already gone through, 3.5 gallons today, and I still have another half gallon to put out. See, now his feeder is full of birds. That was the feeder he was at. And he's not going to try to chase them away. The other thing, too, is if you've got one that's fighting at the feeder, if you step out there and all the birds come to the feeder, and that could have happened because it was filling all the feeders, he won't be able to chase away 10 birds. He can only chase away 1 or 2 at a time. And I was filling feeders before I went on. So there's the possibility that so many swarmed on his feeder that he couldn't get rid of everybody. So he just simply decided to go into the garden, go get what he needs. And then he came back, he drank in the window, and then I haven't seen him since. I thought I saw him, but it was just a female that I was looking at with the white throat. He's very distinct. See, there's oh, hold on. Can you believe it? There he is. There he is. And I can't believe it. That's where he has been perched since like 8 o'clock this morning. Oh my goodness. I was just you see that? Look at that. So he went into the garden, just like I said. He got his insects. He probably found the little nectar and pollen. And now he's back, and he's going to try, see, nobody's at the feeder? He's going to try to guard that feeder. Very cool. He's going to guard that feeder until the sun goes down, probably. I can't get any closer. I'm trying. No, that's it. I hope you can see. Look how white the throat is. I know it'd be easier if I put the camera down so it won't shake. Let me see if I can. That's him. That is him. He's just kind of zipping around now, but we did get to see him. See, I did stall, and that is him. And now I don't know where he went just now, but that was definitely 100%. That's the little guy. He is probably going to slow down on guarding because, like I said, to him, there he is again. In his little mind, the flower is coming to an end because the day is ending. The sun is going down. But look at him. Look at him. Look at him. I get such a kick out of something. Like I said, truthfully, the original coloring is far more beautiful than that. He's just white. But his chest is white. His face is white. Look at this. He's not going to let anybody get his feeder. I think that's him taking a drink right now. I think that's him. I only see his back, but I'm pretty sure that's what he does. And he's been guarding that. Nope, that wasn't him. Somebody snuck in because he left. I'm not sure where he ended up. Okay, so we got to see him. So now we can close out. If you really want to see him when he's really hanging around, leave it in the notes. Tell me in the comments. I'd love to see him live. I tried to go outside earlier to see if I can get right next to him because that would be the best way for me to get my camera near him. But I couldn't. He really wanted me about 20 feet away. So I could still stand there, but I couldn't be as close as I wanted. But we got to see him, and that is him. He is a mutation. Will his babies be that way? Oh, there he is. And he's on his little perch that he likes. Look at that. It's the other one. He sat there all day. You saw the photos. He sits on it's elephant food in a container that has no holes. And I've been growing it out there, and he's been sitting there. That's been his favorite spot. So he did do what I said. He went into the garden. He went and found other things he may need, and now he's going to sit there and he's going to guard it. Is that not cute? But he is just a mutation. Now, will his offspring, could they have that coloring? There is something called a sport. I believe it's a sport, they say, which means it's an oddball. It's a different coloring, but it can't be passed down in the genes. On this one, I'm going to say, I bet you they can get passed down. I'm going to say, yes, some of them could possibly look like him because I've seen multiple birds this year. There's been more than one. And being that there's more than one, somebody is throwing that coloring. So will his offsprings this spring, will I start seeing more and more, I should say probably summer, will I see more and more with the white face, white throat? Probably. You might start seeing them too. The thing is, remember, when it comes with the hummingbird, the male breeds with multiple females constantly and does not pair with any bird. So there's going to be multiple females he will be breeding with if he's successful. And then if she raises the babies and some of them look like him, they'll take off. He'll never know his offspring. He'll never know his daughters, as far as I know. I don't see how they would. Now, if he breeds with a daughter, there's a good chance that the babies would all start to have white at that point, because now you're talking about pied breeds with pied, and you'll have both of those together. Whether that's going to happen or not, I don't know, but that's how a lot of mutations show up, because a little bit of inbreeding will strengthen the oddball gene, and that could happen. But there he is. I'm so glad we got to see him after all this time. So he did show up. He did come back, which probably means he'll be here tomorrow. There he is. That is his feeder. That belongs to him. And I wish I could flick this on and go 100% live, because I'm not 100% live, but I can't. I can do it from the computer, and if there is a way, I would do it, but I don't see it. There's no buttons that tells me I could do it. So now you know what he looks like. If you're as thrilled as I am, tell me. You probably want to see the other birds, because they're all starting to come in now. As the sun goes down, they're all going to start coming in. They're going to be going to the different feeders. And of course, nobody's going to go to that feeder because he's going to protect that one. What a waste. He's got a whole feeder. He doesn't need a whole feeder, but you know, it's survival, and that's what they do to survive. Look at that. And the Rufous out here are really, for us, they're the most aggressive when it comes to protecting feeders. All the other ones are very passive. Normally, the Annas can be a little bit sometimes at times aggressive, but I have found that here it's the Rufous. So that's him. So I'm so glad that we hung on there. So we're going into almost 30 minutes. You can see his white throat. You can see how white he is, but that's as close as I can really get. He is watching that feeder. He loves that spot. And that's it. That is him. He is going to hang on, and he's going to protect that feeder because it belongs to him. Look at that. Okay, maybe he'll be here Christmas. Maybe this is going to be the place he's going to hang out. I hope he stays here, actually. Though he is wasting a feeder, isn't he? A whole feeder. He doesn't need a whole feeder. What does he need a whole feeder for? Will he be nice? I don't know. It's really easy to photograph him, because if you look, he always goes back to the same spot. So if you're photographing hummingbirds and you see them go to a spot on a tree or a branch, get your camera ready, because they come back to the same spot, especially when they're guarding or they're looking for someplace to guard, like a bush or flowers or whatever. So all I have to do is get ready, focus, wait for him to come back, and boom, snap it. And on top of that, I've got a lot of videos of him. It'll be exciting to see if we start getting a lot of these white-faced Rufous around. So he's not going to let anybody near his feeder. He goes, it belongs to me. Oh my goodness, he's so cute. Oh, he's going to let that bird. Now he took off. Nope. No, he's jumping up and down now. He's doing a different display. I don't think he wants, he's getting to the point he's not going to fight with anybody. The sun is going down. So we hung on there. You got to see him. He just took off. He's kind of getting bored with the idea, I think, because what's happening is the sun is going to go down. He did chase him away a little bit, but he can get really nasty. And I have seen him really wear himself out. I do believe is that him? He might be. Yep, that's him. He was taking a drink, and he's going to kind of guard it. So I hope you enjoyed this. Leave your comments. Have you seen any white-faced hummingbirds around? I'm curious on that, because they are really something. So everybody have a wonderful day. wonderful holiday season. And don't forget to eat what you grow. And now we're growing a lot of flowers, so they're eating what I grow. Those flowers to the right, I grew those. Actually, all the flowers out there I grew. The hummingbird lunch, and there's other flowers out there. I grew them all. And they love the hummingbird lunch. Have a great day, and don't forget to eat what you grow, everybody. Bye-bye.